that creates a child that's whole.
I'm Peter Finch. It's 11:30 CBS News Brief. Officials are telling people in 2 provinces in eastern Canada hit by Hurricane Fiona Saturday to stay put. Cape Breton Information Officer Christina Lamy.
We are not recommending travel at this time, so unless someone is not safe in their shelter at home, they should be not be traveling to any centers.
Now strengthening in the Caribbean Sea could become a hurricane and hit Florida in just days. WFOR-TV reporter Terry Hornstein on how to prepare.
When stocking up, it's important to remember to have at least a 3-day supply of food and water, pet food too, medication, a copy of important personal documents, a flashlight, emergency power source. First aid kit can come in handy too.
There's new research on the effects of being infected with a coronavirus.
People who have had COVID-19 are at a higher risk of long-term brain problems than those who never had it at all. That's according to research from the Washington University School of Medicine.
CBS's Michael George, CBS News Brief. I'm Christopher Cruz.
KCBS News Time, 11:32. Change is in the air for Saturday Night Live, as the show is facing one of its largest cast turnovers in history. 8 cast members have left ahead of the October 1st season premiere, and in an interview with the New York Times, SNL creator Lorne Michaels described this year as invention. For more, KCBS's Liz St. John spoke to Robert Thompson, professor of television and popular culture at Syracuse University.
So, which of those SNL regulars are leaving or have left?
Well, and they're going to have to do this reinvention pretty quickly, because Chris Redd, the last one to announce his reinvention, was just about days ago, and of course... company, and then 3 more after that, and then Chris Redd just a few days ago. But 8 leaving, they're replacing it by 4, I think, to kind of winnow. As Lorne Michaels said in that same article, during the pandemic, nobody could quit. There were no jobs, but they had to keep adding new people. By last season, if you were watching the opening, there were 21 names named by that announcer in the opening. You could, if you wanted a midnight snack, go make a Hot Pocket and get back in time for all the names having been announced. That compares to the beginning of Saturday Night Live back in '75, where there were 21 last season, 7. And I think they're going to be 17 in the opening lineup come next week. So some of this spinning may be necessary. And of course, in a show like this that's been going on forever, turnover is natural. This is just a lot at one time.
And I know viewership has changed over the years. It ebbs and flows. But I want you to talk about changes in how we, the viewers, consume weekly TV shows like SNL. It's changed.
It sure has. I mean, when I was in high school, SNL started. As a matter of fact, that was one of the first things I could do when I could stay out later at night. And we would go to a friend's house and we would watch it, and it would be a big event. And that prevailed pretty much through, even through the VCR era. But streaming has changed all of that. Many of my 20-year-old students know a lot about what's been on Saturday Night Live. None of them watch it on Saturday night or live. They watch it in little chunks on the internet, either the morning after or sometimes the month after it actually played, depending on when it makes its way to them. So, yes, we watch things differently. We also, compared to 1975, have so many more common options. People say, will Lorne Michaels be able to create the next Will Ferrell or Eddie Murphy? Saturday Night Live still exists. I think it's going to exist for a long time, but it works differently, and it's got a different placement in the culture than when those people were becoming stars on that show.
And there have been seasons where they've quite frankly been sort of clunkers, and people say, well, that's it, show's over, and then they come roaring back with some new big stars. So you never know. Here come the midterms. So once again, SNL will probably be front and center in their politics thing.
Probably. I mean, they certainly don't lack for content, things to make fun of. However, back in 1975, they were about the only game in town. Carson was telling jokes about politics, but he wasn't really a political humorist. For that matter, Live wasn't very much of one either back then. Now, by the time you get to Saturday, you have heard so many of these political jokes about what happened in the midterms or the elections or whatever during the week with, all these late night shows and everything. The poor Saturday Night Live is kind of left with, there aren't many more ways to tell jokes about this by the time you get to Saturday.
That was Robert Thompson, professor of television and popular culture at Syracuse University. We'll check your Saturday Night Drive in 2 minutes.
KCBS, in partnership with UCSF Health, presents As Prescribed, a weekly conversation with leading medical experts from UCSF Medical Center and UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital. Hear from the experts, recognized worldwide for innovations in patient care, the latest medical knowledge, and pioneering research. As Prescribed, every Thursday at 1:30 on KCBS 740 AM and 106.9 FM, and streaming on the Odyssey app. Individual rates, coverage, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, listen up. Pi Insurance wants to give you one of those aha moments, the kind that could save you money. Workers' comp is probably one of the costs you face, but did you know that insurance providers have flexibility in setting their prices? That's right, but many don't bother giving small businesses the savings you deserve. Instead, you can get lumped in with other businesses and overcharged. Pi Insurance was created to change that. With Pi, you get a quote tailored specifically to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. And with helpful representatives just a call away, it's easy to understand why Pi is rated excellent by customers on Trustpilot. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com. Now you can enjoy MLB Play, the one app with all your favorite free MLB games. Enjoy Beat the Streak, Quick Pick, and more. Enjoy competing against friends. Enjoy unlocking exclusive rewards. Plus, your chance to win $5.6 million. Download MLB Play. Enjoy the app. Enjoy the show. MLB Play. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older to enter Beat the Streak, which ends at the conclusion of the MLB regular season or when the grand prize is won. Restrictions apply. See MLB.com/play for official rules.
Time for a traffic check. We go to the KCBS traffic desk and Frank Munich, and we go out in Cupertino, southbound 85, right at the Anza Boulevard. We have a stall, and it's a bit too early to know whether we have a lane blocked. The CHP just learning of that stall and sending units out to the scene. We have a solo spin-out crash on the right-hand shoulder of westbound 80, just before Monmouth Compost Parkway. That's in field, and that's it in terms of accidents or stalls. We do, of course, still have some road work. The connector from eastbound 12 over to eastbound 80, Fairfield Cordelia. That connector is going to be closed until 9 this main detour, Red Top Road. Your next update at 11:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Some clouds and areas of fog overnight at the coast and near the bay. Clear inland overnight, lows mid-50s to low 60s. The clouds will decrease and much of the fog will burn off tomorrow morning at the coast and near the bay, and it will be sunny all day inland. Some expected highs for your Sunday. San Francisco, 73 degrees downtown, 68 at Ocean Beach. Oakland and SFO, 78 degrees. Redwood City and Napa, 85 degrees. Morgan Hill and Livermore should see a high of 91 degrees. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time.
Global pandemic, social unrest, and wild market swings. Welcome to the new normal. For investors looking for financial stability, it's a challenge. But now there's Reliant Capital. Reliant can give you high returns with no market risk of any kind, 10 to 12%, and it's eligible for an IRA or 401k rollover. Call 800-788-1000 and get the kind of returns Warren Buffett's been earning for years. Invest in something you can rely on. Call 800-788-1000 for your free brochure.
What's an investor? faster to do these days. With a worldwide pandemic and economically turbulent times, you wonder, where can I find a reliable investment? Answer, Reliant Capital. Reliant could give you high returns with no market risk of any kind, 10 to 12%. And it's eligible for an IRA or 401k rollover. Call 800-788-1000 and get the double-digit returns Warren Buffett's been earning for years. Protect what you've worked for and call 800-788-1000 for your free brochure.
Hurry into the energy savings event at Lowe's. Save energy and save money on Whirlpool energy efficient appliances. You can also use less water with WaterSense bathroom faucets, starting at just $19.98. Plus, find other great energy saving items throughout the store and check your eligibility for rebates in your area to save even more. Don't miss the energy savings event at Lowe's. Selection varies by location. Exclusions apply. Visit Lowe's.com for details. Valid through 9/28.
That's the sound at a home inspection. With a realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your land, the expertise of a realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
KCBS News Time, 11:42. A new study has concluded that arts education in California is falling short of the goals it requires for K through 12 students. KCBS's Kathy Whitman has more on what's causing that shortfall.
The news comes from a new report done by SRI Education.
The report shows that 11% of schools meet requirements in the state to offer music, theater, dance, and visual arts.
Meaning nearly 90% of schools in the state aren't complying with the requirement to offer these art courses. That's Janine Forrest, chair of the Create California Board. She says the problem is rectified.
If we have funding, instructional time in the day, as well as teachers being taught in college for their multiple subject credentials on how to support the arts, we should be able to have arts for all students in the state.
There are measures in the works to make those things happen, but Flora says people need to realize how important arts education is, even in lower income school districts where the overriding concern is making sure math and literature goals are met.
The arts can support all those learning outcomes and goals for any school district.
Kathy Whitman, KCBS.
College football today, 2 local teams, one big, one big. We'll have sports in 90 seconds.
This Hispanic Heritage Month, the Multicultural Institute is celebrating 31 years in the community. That's 31 years of experience coming together to support and uplift others. The Multicultural Institute connects and domestic workers with employers to ensure dignity while also providing comprehensive year-round services for the Bay Area's low-income Latinx community. To hire a day laborer or learn more about the Multicultural Institute, visit their website at mionline.org. That's mionline.org.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
Those stomach issues ruined your birthday.
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated, come to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We don't take a break from what we do. We cover the news around the clock.
We began to slow down and stop. Sometimes that happens, but this time we really stopped for like a very long time, to the point where we're like, what's going on?
We are the only news station broadcasting live from the Bay Area every hour of the day, every day of the week.
We lost power, so then we were running off batteries at first. And then, I'd say after an hour or so, then it went complete pitch black.
It's one more reason why we're the Bay Area's #1 news station. All news, all the time, right here on KCBS.
Coming up on KCBS, I'm Jim Taylor.
Got crypto? There's no basic foundational kind of consumer protection safety net or rules of the road.
CBS News Time, 11:45. Time now for sports. College football, nice win for the Cal Bears today. They beat Arizona in Berkeley 49-31. Couple night games, Stanford lost big at Washington 40-22, while San Jose State won at home.